It's about 30 minutes since I realized that I mistakenly deleted my edited video for tomorrow and the raw footage. So the edited one is gone. The raw footage is gone. So I can't even. So as I was saying, I lost everything a year after learning about money. The things I think I've lost everything. One is I've lost the final episode of my A Year After series. It was 4 episodes. I recorded 2 episodes in a day, so it was like I finished recording this long time ago, but I don't know how come today of all days that I'm supposed to post tomorrow and I deleted it. But anyways, like chronicles of being a content creator, right? And also another thing that we'll get into in upcoming videos is that as I'm talking about finance and all that, don't think that after a year I have the money. Because as I am sitting here, I've lost all the money that I gathered from last year till now. I don't want to give figures. We'll get into the figures as time goes on in other videos. But today's video is more of like I've lost major things that would have me either get into depression or either find solution to it. And thank God that I have the Holy Spirit. Thank God that I have God. And I don't lament over things for long. I just try to find a solution and move on. So we are here with one solution. Solution one is record the video again. Solution. Then other solution for the money is start making money again. So we are going to start all over what we've learned over last year. We are going to implement all coming here. So from 1st July, you're going to see a lot of me in different elements. Don't be surprised. I am looking forward to creating a community which is more honest and all that. So you're going to flow like that. Pardon me for my rants, but that's the only way I can calm myself down and not cry over me losing my video. Yes. Alright, so let's get into the video now. Let's get into it now. Hi, my people! It's your girl, Miss Liliana, here with another video. And before we get into the video, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a sweet comment to calm my heart, and share this video to everyone. And one other thing, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend to tell another friend that Miss Liliana has dropped another video, and this one she really need his or her support. Thank you so much, and let's get into the video. So we are still talking about a year after. A lot has happened even within this short period of recording a year after series. So we are on the final episode of a year after, and we are going for the last 5 questions that I have. Last 5 questions for this series, and the very first question is, so let's get into the question number 1. Question number 1 for this episode is, how has improving my financial literacy impacted other areas of my life? Okay, so as we are in the element of emotions, let's talk about the emotional growth. So now I really don't worry about money like before. Like I really don't worry about money. I think I said this earlier episodes that I used to really lament over money. At some time, I like for like a whole week in every month, I lament over money. But right now, I'm in a position of why I channel the emotions into productivity, and so far so good. I'm liking it, and right now actually in my emotions whereby I consider and be saying that, oh, I lost my video, but here I am, though I'm not in the right physique. I'm just shooting the videos because it's better to have like productivity than to wallow in tears or be sad about it. That's emotional. I don't worry about money, and I just go with the flow each and every day. So it's like I am really, really working with the scripture. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. So I am for today, and then we tackle tomorrow when tomorrow comes. And so it has calmed a lot of nerves, and I don't have to struggle about anything. Everybody's fine around me, and that's emotional part. So when it comes to career wise, because I was able to deal with my emotions, now I was like, I was so bold enough to quit my job from the bank, because the reason I was in the bank was to make money. And the money I was making in the bank, in the nutshell, I was only being able to save like 5% of it. And at the long run, that 5% I've lost all. But then I wasn't there because I want a career in banking. I was there to make money. And since I became okay emotionally of not making, like not having much money or just having my daily money and I'm okay, I was able to gather the boldness and say that no, I'm going in for what I want. I want to have my data analysis as my career path. I want to have my online things going on. I want to have my businesses running, and I am at peace with that. Like no cap, I'm so happy. I'm doing what I love. It's not about, oh, you don't want to work for anybody. If I am working for someone, I have I have another side of me that I used to work for people, and I don't really give it, like, it's not a bother for me to work for someone. But then I'm just an entrepreneur by spirit, by blood. So I just had to quit, and it was like, I was at peace, and I'm at peace. Even a lot of happy we get to it, but I'm still at peace when it comes to career wise, because I am fully a data analyst now. No cap. I am getting into becoming a model again, and that's my modeling agency again, and be an entrepreneur because I have the May Foods and I have May Hair Care. As you can see, I started growing my hair in February, March, April, May, June. See. All right, so that's another part. When it comes to family, I'm still dealing with that. And today, especially, I just cut a rope. I would say it's like, I like to play around with words, but I just cut a rope with family finances. So now, in my head, I don't bring money to the table in my family anymore. When I am directed to give this money to this person, I give it to the person, and that's it. If from my heart I want to gift a family member, I gift. But if I don't have it, I'm not going to struggle for it. And if I have some money that I want to use it for something, which I have categorically said, oh, this money is for something, and there's something going on, unless there's an emergency that I have to. But if something the person can deal with and it's not life and death matter, I'm not going to give that money out. Like, that's where my head is as at today. So family wise, everything is okay. Everybody's okay, knowing that Francisca is Francisca. Francisca is not the bank. And that's it. So I don't bring money to the table again. My table is small. My money is small. Let me get to my element of riding a car. Like, when I get to my elements, I'll be just showing the money. I'm not there yet. So that's with family. What else? Personally, I think in the coming month, I'll be able to spend money on myself and not regret it. Yes, that's where I think my head is at. So that's other areas of my life that financial literacy has really helped me with. We are going to get into more soon. But then let's get into question number 2. Question number 2. So question number 2 says, okay, so it's not a question, it's a personal story. A personal story. I know the personal story I said earlier. Now I don't know whether I have to say it again because I actually said it earlier. What personal story can I give? All right. So a personal story about financial literacy. So as I said I was able to save 5% of my monthly salary from the bank. And so correlating that I had about it's not 5%, I think it's 10% if I'm being truthful to myself. 10 to 20%. Hey, no, 10 to 15%. Hey, no, it's 10, no, it's about 8%. Sorry. So I was able to save 8% of my salary every month. And so when I save a when I added everything, and I was thinking of what can I do with the money. And at that time I was in the right frame of mind to start growing my hair. So I was like, okay, then there's a right opportunity for me to start my hair care line. So I think I got about 200, no, 2K, 2000 Ghana cedis when I made my research on which hair products like I can start, like the organic one. So I knew of the hair. I came off the hair mist for like daily hair moisture. Came with the hair oil, shea butter. So if you shea butter with a lot of herbs, and then the hair shampoo. So these are the four products. I was like, my money was able to reach, and then I produced it. I produced, I think, about 25 pieces of each. So 20, so that's like 100 pieces. So in a nutshell, like that would be like that's an investment plan, and then I'm using it for my hair to go. So my hair is my advertise or my ad. So that's the story. That's the personal story about what I use my money for over the year. And then let's get into how I lost the money I'm talking about, that I've lost all the money again. Then Mayfood came in on the line. So Mayfood's money was more of gifts for my birthday. And as you know, in business there's a loss or profit. And Mayfood brought me my first biggest loss as an entrepreneur. And I think coming years when I get on the big stages, I'm going to say this, like I lost everything. And to know that the caliber of place I went to lose that money blows my mind. But then, anyways, it's business, right? And thank God that I didn't cry over it. Someone may think I cried over it, but I didn't. Like I did not share a tear. Rather, I got sick, and that was because we sold under the rain, where I was like the insurable me pa. So it was because of that, and I got sick for a whole week. So I was indoors, no money, no data, and I used to have some midnight bundle, so I would sleep during the day and be up during the night to study and all that. But it was a good time. And I bonded with God. Obviously, it's me plus God this year. So that's a personal story about me. So let's get into question number 3. No, this is not question. It's point number 3. So key takeouts for me. The first thing I'll say is I think I posted a trailer or something like a trailer yesterday that I have come to the realization, and then the agreement. I've got to the realization and agreement that as the first child, I can't be parent to everybody in the family. As the first child, I can't be parent to everybody in the family. I can give what I can give. If I can't give, I'm not gonna kill myself. Like that's the first key thing. Now, as of today, I am in my element of dependent woman. I'm no longer an independent woman. Though I'm a business woman, I'm an entrepreneur and all that. Please, I'm a dependent woman. So I depend on my dad, depend on my partner, depend on my family. Because me too, I have to be pampered, you get. So, but that doesn't mean that I have thrown away my morals. I have strong morals about myself that I'm not going to throw away. You get to know more about me as we go on, because I'm going to be pure transparent with you. And like, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be saying yes to meals just because I want, like, I am depending or something. No, I don't mean that, but I'm trying to put my mind on that I can't do everything on my own. One thing I realized about independent women, which I have been for over 10 years now, is that we tend to do everything by ourselves. But for a couple of months now, like, I used to do my graphic designing myself. But a couple of months now, I decided to give it to you. Like, I have graphic designers as friends, so I decided to give it to them, and then they did it for me, and then I was like, that stress was off me, and I was like, this is nice. So I want to explore that more. It's not that I'm going to be like, oh, like, no, not like the other type of dependency, but then the dependency of, I don't have to do everything by myself, you get it? Because I feel it will get to a time that I need to ask my partner for something, but because I'm an independent, but I won't ask, and there will be a fight. So they're trying to stop that. So that's where, like, that's another key takeout. Not to be independent all the time. When it comes to the boss lady, you will do the boss lady very well. When it comes to being independent and submissive to you, do, like, you balance it. That's what I mean. That's another key takeout. And the other key takeout is everyone can live without me. So one thing I said in the previous video, no, not previous video, deleted video, is that I don't go for funerals. Not that I have how do I say it, like a taboo or something against funerals, but it's just that I didn't grow up going for funerals. I have my whole life I've gone for one, two funerals, and even we had a funeral in my house, but I didn't go. I don't know why. Sometimes most of them is because I was in school, but then the ones that I meet in the house, because I'm the family manager, I take care of the house while they go for the funeral, and I'm okay with that. So I'm not a funeral fan. I rather like support you in any way, but not to attend funeral. But then you get to that where you can't. Some funerals you can't like say you can go. So we get there. So one thing I realized is that when they go for funeral and come back, they just talk about, like, it's during when like something happens and they remember the person. That's when they'll be like, oh, well, if this person was there. So like, it's not like the person, like, the thing is, the person is gone. They move on. And it's not in a bad place, but then they just find a way to move on. So meaning that if I'm not in the picture, everybody's going to be fine. Like, everybody is going to be fine. Even the person who even lied to us that I can't live without you, who will live without you perfectly. So I have accepted that. And because of that, like, coming months, coming years, like, my whole mindset is changing. And it's not changing for the worst or for the bad, but it's changing for the positive. Yeah. So let's get into question number 4. All right. So the next point is there's no questions anymore. I think it's the final. So there was no questions. Yes. Pardon me. Okay. Pardon. All right. So let's get serious. And another point is payment to myself is not for personal spending. It's for investment to yield more money. Debts or loans should not be the last call, but ask for help. As a lady with my curves and my beauty, it's hard to ask for help from friends. One, because I do a lot of assumption. I'm not going to say the other side. I do a lot of assumption, and when even I gather the courage to ask for help from another person, most of the time it's a male. I don't know why you don't ask females, because females never give us. They'll tell us they don't have. They'll just lament it. They'll even give you a whole story. Anyways, when I asked for help from my male contacts, I don't want to say the friends or acquaintances, they end up not giving because what do you do for me? Literally, it's your, like, they have them. I don't know. Most of them, not all of them. Most of them have the mentality that um most of them have the mentality that your boyfriend, your dad, let me put this in that context, your boyfriend or dad is supposed to sort you out. Why are you asking me for help? But sometimes you realize that you are my friend for a reason, or I call you my friend for a reason. And when I come to you for help, it doesn't mean that I can't go to my boyfriend for help. And we all know, like, challenges happen and all that, but then it is what it is. But then, yeah, I'm like, right now I'm open to asking for help. And sometimes when you ask for help, like, the other person actually gives you the solution, not maybe financially, but then you get to realize that, oh, why don't you do this right? And what do you need the money for? Why don't you do this right? Sometimes it's annoying, but then emotionally wise and thinking about this, you realize that maybe the person is trying to give you a solution and you follow the solution. You really don't need the money at that time. And by the time you need the money will come to you. Like, play around with God and ask God for help. In fact, right now, I think I ask God for help before God gives me the person to go and talk to. And immediately I talk to the person. Sometimes the person doesn't have the money, but then when I talk to the person, my rapping. When I talk to the person tends to give me, like, solution that I can work around with, and then, like, it gives me some calmness to be patient and wait for the money to come. So instead of going into depth, I'd rather ask for help, ask God for help, pray about it. Then that, like, there's always a direction about it. It's either you get a word on how to do things, or even like, I've realized that I'm a stubborn child. I know that I'm very stubborn. Most of the time I pray, I get my answer. But then, as stubborn kid as I am, my father, my Holy Spirit has to pass through my friends again to tell me what he's telling me before I hear. But then, dear Lord, you change. Yeah, but ask for help. Like, really ask for, God is there to help you. Like, God is there to help you. All right, so let's get into the practical parts. So the first thing we are going to do is get a pen and paper and write down these things. Okay, so it's not going to be practical now, but then start doing this. And I started yesterday. So this is what I am doing. Every money that comes into my hands in a day, I write it down. And any money that goes out of my hand, I write it down and know the balance of the money at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, I realized, I get to find out that, oh, this money is my personal money, my personal income, or this money is for family, or this money is for someone, or this money is meant to do something. Then I can now budget with the personal money I do. Right now, I'm not earning salary, so I can't work with salary. So I'm working with every money that comes into my hand. And I think even for salary earners, you have to also do that, because sometimes you get some bonuses and some tips on a daily basis. So make sure you write everything down, like any income that comes in your hands and every expenses that goes out of your hand, if you really, really, really want to know where your money is going and how to grab the money. Yeah. So we have some expenses. We have some expenses too that you can't take away. To me, expenses that I can't take away, first and foremost, is my data, my monthly data or weekly data, internet data, utilities, and sometimes entertainment subscription, but entertainment subscription is not all the time. And then the variables are my food, and transportation. I don't like to go out a lot, and when I'm going out, I make sure that the person sending me has to get me transportation. So unless I am going for personal reasons, then I have to cater for transportation. Then now, the savings part, we have personal payments, emergency fund, and general saving for an item. So in July, you're going to start savings for change of wardrobe. Yay! All right, so we've come to the end of this episode and this series. A year after, a lot of is still happening, and I'm super I'm glad that I gathered all the emotions, all the sorries to come sit here and video this. I know I'm beautiful anyways, but then I just wanted to have this element with my new wig, and like you get the element so that hey, it shows that a year after. But then a year after, here we are. We've lost all the fans, but we've learned a lot. We've lost all the fans. We've lost our last video, but then we've created the last video again, and we are going to make that money huge this time around. And I am super happy that we are going to go on this journey together. All right, so we've come to the end of this video, and what we have to do is please subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment today, dear. I beg. Leave a comment that will calm my heart. Please leave a comment, like this video, share this video, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend to tell another friend that Miss Miliana has dropped another video, and this time around she really need his or her support, and she should subscribe. Like, please subscribe. Like today, dear, let's get to 150 subscribers. I beg. All right then, Alice, peace out. Oh, wow.